I was trying to, because I didn't have a lot of shit to talk about this week. Other than just being completely blown away that my daughter's already a year old. I can't believe it. And I got her up this morning, and I just couldn't believe how big she was. And I was already thinking, like, she used to be able to fit, like, her head would go from my elbow, not even to the tips of my fingers. Like, I could just hold her just like that. Now she's huge. What happened? There's nothing. I can now see why people have a bunch of kids, because you keep wanting to hit reset. There's nothing better than having a baby around your house. It's the greatest. It's like a puppy times a million. But what is cool is she's starting to talk. So I'm waiting for the conversations, because some of the kids, my God, they were hilarious. There was this little boy, right? And he was talking to this, they wanted to see, like, outside my house, like, along the side. So I go, all right, I'll take you over there. Just be careful, because, there's all these concrete steps and shit. I don't want somebody falling down. So he points to the side of the house. He goes, what's this? And I go, oh, that's the back of the chimney. And, he's a little kid. He goes, what's that? And then the little girl answers. She goes, that's where Santa Claus comes down and the smoke goes up when you have a fire. And then I think the little kid liked the girl. And he goes, he says to me, he goes, does she live here? And I started to answer. The girl once again answered the question. She goes, no. She goes, I live out in the desert. And the boy goes, in the sand? She goes, no. What the heck? Kid was bombing. I was pulling for him. I was like, say something funny, make her laugh. Whatever. I just liked that he was working on his game at like 4 years of age. Which reminded me, when I was a little kid, I liked this girl who lived in my neighborhood. So I just went over her house. Not even invited. I just went over her house, knocked on the door. I think her name was Michelle. I knocked on the door and her mom answers. I was like, yeah, hey, is Michelle home? She goes, yeah, she's in there watching TV. And I go, okay. So I went in there and I sat down and watched TV with her mother, and I think her younger sibling. And I never said a word for like an hour. I just sat there watching TV because I didn't know, I didn't know what to do. And then I just got up and left. I always wondered what that woman was thinking. Like, this little redheaded boy came over to visit our daughter today. Honey, he came in, he didn't say a word, and then he left. He's an odd little fella. Oh, I remember there was another girl I had a crush on. There was these two twins when I was in first grade, and I had a crush on one of them. And the other one had this giant pen, which I thought was the coolest thing ever, even though it was pink. It was just a giant pen, which was amazing in the early 70s. Like, where there was no fucking computers and shit. I guess there were, but computers were gigantic. So she dropped it on the floor, and she didn't realize it, and I took it. And then I started writing with it. And what's funny was the way they had the desk set up. They had like us in like little groups of 4, and we faced each other. And she was diagonal to me, and I'm writing with this giant pink pen. And she's going, that's my pen. And I was like, no, it isn't. It's mine. So she's like an idiot. Then she tells the teacher. And then she's going, Billy, is that your pen? And I was like, yes. And then the girl's going, no, it was my pen. And I was going, no, it isn't. It's my pen. And then the teacher's just like, I don't think your mom would buy you a pink pen. And she took it and gave it back to the girl. And, as a little kid, like, the embarrassment of that goes away like 8 seconds later. You can't even remember, like, you don't have like the mental capacity to be like, did I just really try to pull that off? Why the fuck would I do that, right? So then I remember I went out, I had to go to the bathroom. So I went out to the bathroom, and her twin sister, the one I had the crush on. Oh, this was like the next day. I went out to go to the bathroom, and her twin sister, who I had a crush on, came walking out at the same time. And when she saw me, she immediately put her eyebrows down. She goes, I heard what you did. I heard you try to steal my sister's pen. And I just looked at her. I think I said, no, I didn't. And I just walked away. And that was the end of that romance. There's a lot of sad stories.